Hey, hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and I appreciate you being here today. So today I'm going to talk about the secrets of a life of victory. Do you want to live a life of victory? I mean, what does that mean exactly? Well, a life of victory means living life like a winner. It doesn't mean that you won't have any challenges, but it does mean that you'll approach the challenges in a way that minimizes the stress that can result from them. And it also means that you're able to see and grab the opportunities brought by what looks like a challenge. It's not an easy thing to live by, but once we've learned how to do it, life becomes a bit easier to handle and will grow faster. When living a life of victory, challenges are considered a tool that stretches you to unleash your potential. Hi, Anitra. Good morning. So the challenges they can help you to unleash your potential, right? I read a story this morning about a guy named Jerry. He was a restaurant manager, and several waiters followed him around from restaurant to restaurant because of his attitude. He was like the Pied Piper, I guess. I mean, he was a natural motivator who would tell employees how to look on the positive side of a situation when there was a problem. And every morning, Jerry wakes up and he says to himself, Jerry, you have two choices today. You can choose to be in a good mood or you can choose to be in a bad mood. And every time he chooses to be in a good mood, that's his choice. He makes that choice every day. And when something bad happens, he chooses to learn from it, not be a victim. He chooses not to be a victim. And so every time someone comes to complain to him, he points out the positive side of life because that's what he always chooses. That's what he looks at, right? And so from this story, we can learn some things about a life of victory. The first one is it's by choice. It's how we look at each situation that we face. That's a choice that we make, right? We can choose to worry about our problems, which blurs our view and makes it hard for us to see or think of anything else other than the negatives. But the sad thing about choosing to just focus on negatives is that we waste time worrying and we stay longer in that unfavorable position. We stay there longer and wallow in it, right? Even worse is the fact that after we've spent so much time worrying, we still have to find a solution. We also learn that how we are affected by what people say to us or about us is also our choice. The best way to deal with people is to remind yourself that everyone has a problem, and some people feel better when they take out their problems on others. Don't take it personal. If they say something mean or bad about you, let it roll off of you, right? We can choose not to take everything personally. Again, that's a choice. It's maintained by attitude. A life of victory is maintained by our attitude. That is, our state of mind is what keeps us strong even when things are working against us. So it's important to tell yourself every morning that you're stronger than your situations and that people rarely grow in their comfort zones. We know that, right? So that kind of attitude, together with knowing who we are and what we stand for, will make us more than conquerors in times of storms. Challenges are not to be wasted. Use them as stepping stones to develop yourself, psychologically, mentally, or financially, and in all areas of our lives. And it helps to approach situations and life with a much clearer mind. So, this is closely related to what I was just talking about. When we choose a life of victory and maintain it by our attitude, we're going to be more mentally equipped to face life. Expecting to find something with which to get a win from when we run into unfavorable situations, that can reduce the fear and worry because we're expecting that. We're expecting we're going to find something good out of this. We're going to find that win somewhere in here. And so that just makes things, you don't have to stress or worry as much, right? And it helps make us more able to handle situations better with the less risk of messing up. And when you live a life of victory, it attracts good things or positivity. As can be seen from Jerry's story, living a life of victory drew people closer to him because they enjoyed his company. It's also clear that he treated employees as fellow human beings rather than just people he worked with, rather than just employees, right? When you live a life of victory, you live a positive life. You spread positivity and you're likely to attract more positivity. So when you're living a life of victory, life is more peaceful and meaningful. So a life of victory brings with it peace of mind. You're less likely to have sleepless nights over challenges because you're going to understand that one way or another, you're going to find a solution. It will happen. There is a solution there. And then you'll know that worrying and struggling to go to sleep isn't going to help at all in solving these issues that you're facing. Having a positive attitude makes life worth living. Your ability to exude positivity is the center of your victory, right? You can wake up and tell yourself, I have two choices today. I can choose to be in a good mood or I can choose to be in a bad mood. It starts with that attitude to win, and its cultivation lies in daily positive thoughts. Anitra says, I tell myself I may have a lot to do in home and business, but I always remind one project at a time and gets it done. Exactly. Exactly. You're right. And so it starts with an attitude to win, and its cultivation lies in daily positive thoughts. So make a deliberate choice to be positive to attract your victory. Wake up in the morning and decide you can be positive or not, right? So keep working at it and it will come. So, hey, now I'd love to hear from you. Do any of the thoughts I mentioned today resonate with you? What kinds of things help you to remember that you're in control and that you can stop doing something that's holding you back, or you can change, how you view things? You can be positive. You can decide to be positive. Please share your thoughts with us in the comments below. I would love to hear your stories. Thanks, Anitra, for being live with me today, and anyone else who might be live who just hasn't commented, and anyone who's watching the replay. I appreciate you. So go out there and have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.